Hi guys, and welcome to Forge Right. Today I'm just going to do a quick video on making blacksmith's goop. Just the traditional method. I might try a few different methods, but today I'm just going to have a go at the traditional method. So I'll swing the camera down and show you how I go about it. I'm shaving it up because I think it will melt faster and also more consistently. I won't end up with lumps in it. 500 grams, half a block, 250 grams. Righto, as you can see, I've got the barbecue going here, just a single burner, and that's starting to melt down quite nicely. Like I said, nowhere near as much as what it looked like in the jar when I first filled it up, because it's now turning liquid. Jar out, look at how far up the jar that is, take the same amount and fill the remainder with my second ingredient, which is boiled linseed oil with an added drying agent. So I'll put in 50% of the beeswax, 50% of this, so it's just a 50-50 mix, and we'll see what we come out with. Pretty well to there, so I want to come up to about there. Alright, that's the equivalent amount of linseed oil. Put him back in and start bringing that linseed oil up to temperature. Here is my small can of acetone. It's all I have left in there. There's probably only a very, very tiny amount in the bottom, so I might donate that. By the look of that, it's up to about there. So that's 500 mils. So there may be 50 mil in there. I'm going to drop 50 mil of acetone in there and see what happens. Well, that was interesting. That certainly identified the non-melted beeswax. It went from looking like a full liquid to, as soon as I poured that acetone in there, which boiled immediately. I might turn that down now. Boiled immediately. Whack that in there. Pull it out. See if that dries. Now look at that difference in that. That is now not setting on my mixing tool. It is making it much more fluid. So I'll just coat that, let it drip off, leave it on the side there to see if it sets. Turn the whole thing off. I'm just leaving that to cool down now. Now, as you can see by this here, it is getting to be a layer, as dried as a layer, but it was so runny when it was put on, and it's had plenty of time to cool, that it's a very, very thin layer. I'll drop that back in there. So it's all the same stuff. And I shall put the lid on. Give her a bit of a shake. Make sure I've got my lid on properly. Now give it a bit of a shake. Hopefully that will settle out and become the perfect blacksmith's goop. So we'll see what that turns out like. That ended up being 250 grams of wax, close enough to 250 mil of oil, and about 50 mil of acetone. Okay, I've been into it with this old paint scraper here, and it's soft enough to be able to chop up with this, which I have had a go at, but it's, I don't know, still a bit globby for my liking. I'd like it to be a true runnier paste than what I have at the moment. It's congealed too much for my liking. Yeah, it does get on there, but I'd like to be able to have it to a consistency where I can just do that and get a good amount on my brush. So I'm not actually that impressed with the way it's turned out. It'll work. It's fine. But I'd like better. I'm going to heat it up and I'm going to add more linseed oil and I'll see if that makes a better consistency. And once I've posted this video, if anybody knows the answer to getting good fluidness to it, whether it is linseed oil or whether it may be the turpentine, what type of turpentine. I believe it's not mineral turpentines, but if somebody can point that out to me, what sort of turpentine I should be using, I would appreciate that. And yeah, get back to me on what is the secret ingredient to make it more of a spreadable, dabbing type consistency. Okay, catch you later.